Welcome to HopexPodcast. Hopex Market, a company that runs in the clothing world and makeup and hair and so much more, such as the brand Hopex itself and Hopex Clothing, Hopex Blog, Hopex News, and Hopex Everything. Hopex Market runs a blog, a news line, a joke line, a reading line, a poem line, and so much more. You can go to Hopex Market and get discounts, free shipping on everything that you buy. Hopex Market is a giving company. They donate every month. Hopex Market does giveaway every month. And they give to people all around the world, whoever you are. Hopex Market has different things from your skincare products, like your hair, your body butters, which are all organic, no toxications, and no chemicals. If you like to enjoy or have fun, Hopex Market has something called Pexi. It's a social media platform where you can go and meet people all around the world at HopexMarket.com. Every order that you purchase are free shipping, which means you pay no money for any product that you buy. Everything is free shipping. And they have coupons and discounts every now and then, which works great for me and for anybody else. So, if you'd like to know more about Hopex Market, go to HopexMarket.com. Hello everybody, I am PraiseHopel from HopexPodcast. And in today's episode we talk about how to love. We are going to talk about many points of loving people and how to love people, acceptance, forgiveness, and everything that comes to it, forgiveness or accepting people. Things that we can do as human beings to be better and love each other more, to make this world a better place. I believe that love is very important and it's something that we all have to have peace in this world. Love has to play a part. So in this episode, that's what we're going to talk about. Love, love, love. I hope it helps you to become a better person. I hope you enjoy it and make a better change or make a better decision today. I am PraiseHopel and stay tuned. Thank you. Hello everyone, this is PraiseHopel from HopexPodcast. Today's episode we talk about how to love. Okay, so the definition of love is in different ways. It's an emotion, it's a feeling, it's this, it's that, it's everything. But love conquers a lot of things. It conquers how we see each other, it makes us think otherwise and different. Love is powerful, and it's something that cannot be ignored when you have these feelings and emotions. People sometimes say God is love and love is God. But at the end of the day, people have different ways of expressing love and defining love. I define love as undefined because it has many meanings and many feelings and emotions, and it brings forth a lot of things that are good and positive. Sometimes it might be a foolish feeling, but foolishness has nothing to do with love. That's a character that people choose to do in love if it happens. But love doesn't make people act foolish. To make that clear, that's a choice that people make. Love is something powerful. And the reason why myself has chosen to talk about this is because I realize that there's so many places in darkness in this world that has lost love. Not just because it's undefined, but because people has moved towards negativity and they have forgotten how they became humans and where they got to or who they are. Love has a big part in it. For example, let's talk about the 9/11, just for an example. If people really have love towards one another, 9/11 shouldn't even come to pass. It shouldn't even come into existence at all. That incident was not an incident, it was a plan. And these people plan this devious evil towards one another because they have no conscience and lack of love. See, if they really had love in their hearts and they had conscience and they know what love means in all those people, they probably would be alive today. These people will be alive today. But because people do not understand the meaning of love and they lack love, they decide to do what's evil and what's negative, and then took lives of those people, a lot of people, thousands of people, without thinking otherwise. Another example is the world itself, how it is moving forward and everything that is going on. If we human beings really have love, then of course this world should be better. We shouldn't have to differentiate between one another or ourselves. This place should be like paradise, should be like laughter and joy every second and every moment, but it's not, because we lack love. So how do we love each other? How can we love each other? How can we go by loving people? There are many levels to loving people, even more than the levels that I am about to talk about. And it is because love has no end. It continues. It's a continuous feeling that even after you lose somebody that you love so much, you still continue to love these people. So love never ends. If it's truly love, it shouldn't end. Because sometimes people don't even know where the feeling comes from. They describe it and describe moments and have histories and experiences, but they can't define where it comes from. Nobody knows the beginning of love and how it ends. It's like we sleep and we have no hope or fate of waking up. We just might not wake up anymore, but we do. That's how love is. You don't know where it might end. It has no beginning, it has no end. How do you love people? See, the ways I have defined it, first, you have to accept people for who they are. You have to see the goodness in people. Even though we are not perfect human beings, we have part of us that are not as great and as perfect as we want them to be. But acceptance is very important. It's a tool that we have to go through when we want to love people. You have to learn to accept people for who they are, and not just accept them because I'm saying it or because of what you see, but because willingly in your heart you are accepting these people. Acceptance. Another level of love is willingness, the will to do something. You're willing to accept, you're willing to give, you're willing to love, you're willing to cherish. You're willing to, succeed and accept this person for who they are, no matter how dangerous they can be, no matter how messed up their life has gotten, no matter how much mistakes they made. Okay? Willingness to accept people. The third level of love is understanding. You have to understand. You just don't understand because, hey, I have to. No, you have to understand because you have to go through this part with this person or people or a race or ethnicity or a religion or a culture. This is what we are lacking today in this world. We don't know how to, communicate. We don't understand each other. We lack love. See, love has many definitions, like I've said before. You have to understand each other. That is one part of love. If you lack understanding, you cannot love. It's impossible. That's one. That's number 3. Number 4, another level of love is actually being there. That you don't have to
go by left or right to make things right. And what I mean by left or right is that when you accept people and you're willing to accept them and then you understand them, you don't go back to your past and then start all over again hating people and not knowing how to cherish them anymore. Going back to your past, it's like you're starting all over again, even though you've willingly accepted these people and you've understood them. You have to be the person that stays, that is there, and stand on this promise that you want to love people or a person. A lot of things that's going on between race and ethnicity and religion and culture. The number one failure is love. Because people lack that. Just if this world is a better place, just imagine if this world is a place where racism does not exist and colorism does not exist, and your color or your pigmentation doesn't matter, or what you think or how you look like, or the job you have or what you're wearing, or your religion or your culture or how you sound, what you talk about, the wealth that you have, money, jobs, poverty, pain, suffering. Imagine a world without that. See, that is love. That even though these things are in this world, you're able to accept each other and live by that and endure. Okay? Number 5, you have to endure people. You have to learn to live with people, learn to love them, learn to accept them, and the will to do it. You have to endure pain. You have to endure life. You have to endure whatever comes your way, even suffering. Number 6, seeing humanity in people comes with love. If you cannot see humanity in people, it is absolutely impossible to love them. It breaks my heart that I see brothers and sisters fight every day and kill each other because of dumb and foolish ideas like the color of their skin or how they sound or hate or not able to forgive people. That's number 7. You have to forgive. Number 8, you have to forget. Forgiveness is another road to love. Acceptance and forgiveness works together. Because when you forgive and then you can forget, you can choose to forget. But even though you remember and it's hard to forget, of course, a lot of things stick to your brain. But you can believe in yourself that you forgiving can make you forget that this person has hurt you. Or this thing has happened and you just have to move on. Even though it sticks to your brain, when people say forget, they don't necessarily mean forget. They mean just let go because it's done. It breaks my heart to see humanity, people fight each other on unnecessary things that's not worth fighting for and put each other in pain and suffering. For example, I read a story in a novel, and this was actually non-fiction. Someplace in North America, there were 2 brothers. One was adopted and the other one was burned by, of course, the biological parents that raised the other one that was adopted. And they loved each other. The brothers loved each other. But because the parents loved one than the other, it led to, thinking and chaos between the 2 brothers as they grew up. Even though they do love each other, sometimes they debate on who the parents love the most. Because the parents, it's not because they don't love the kids, no. It's because they showed favoritism. They showed a choice and who they prefer rather than the other. And if you can see in this world today, favoritism is a great and a terrible problem to humanity. It's a problem at jobs, in the house, among people, in a working place, in race, in culture, in the household, everywhere. Religion, favoritism is everywhere. If it's food, it's okay to, of course, have a favorite food, but that's different from humanity and human beings. So these two brothers grew together. They did things together. They got married and departed. So the lady died and the dad had a car accident and they died instantly, and they called the two brothers. Years or months later, they shared their will, and the parents had given the favorite kid 80% of their will, of their inheritance, everything that they had, and they gave 20% to the other one. And he thought, do they hate him that much to give him that little percentage? So this hate and this hunger and evil that he doesn't have in him started to arouse and arouse. So he kept it to himself and act like it was okay, but it wasn't. One day he locked himself up with his brother, lied to him that he wanted to talk to him, and talk about how they can become even more closer in a hotel. He killed himself and killed his brother because he couldn't bear to think that his parents had hated him this whole time. And another thing in this story is that these people were different race. But racism did not play a part. Favoritism did not play a part between both brothers. It played a part between the parents and the kids, but not between the brothers. Choice played a part. Hate played a part. Anger played a part. People have to learn to love one another. How can we love? How can we possibly love each other? That's a question we need to ask. Love does not come because we want it to. Sometimes it does, but we have to go to the extra mile. You know? We all know what's been going on, not just this year, but years before, because of the lack of love that we human beings have and so much hate towards one another has got us to this very place that we cannot even call each other brothers and sisters, because then it feels so weird and it feels out of the norm, and it's not normal, right? That's what the world thinks, because that's the mentality we've created for each other, and we've been ruled by hate and love and evil, and that we accept this evil system, the system that it's okay to be ruled mentally by what our rulers, that I'm not saying they're evil, not all of them of course, but that has given negativity to play a part. But see, we human beings have a choice to make, to say yes, I accept negativity, or no, I do not accept it. I have seen a home where brothers and sisters love each other dearly. They live in different states, but they come home twice a month just to see each other and have fun together. And they've been doing it for the past 19 years. And they never miss a month. That's love. That when one is prettier than the other, and one is handsome than the other, and one is rich than the other, it just doesn't matter. How to love people. You have to also have the strength to keep on loving people. That's number 8. The strength to keep on. Because when all of these things come into place to love, then you will have the strength to keep on. How to forgive people. We will talk about it in a new episode. But forgiveness has to come with love. Because we're not perfect human beings. We are going to make mistakes. It's normal to make mistakes. We are. That's who we are. We're humans. We can never be perfect. So mistake has to come into our actions. We just have to learn to forgive. Knowing people is number 9. You have to get to know people. You know who they are, where they come from, their character, their gestures, how they take things. If it's somebody that gets mad or angry, if it's somebody that laughs a lot or play a lot, you have to get to know one another. Knowing each other is a very helpful tool. Because if you don't know your partner or your friends or people that you're trying to mingle or know, then how can you possibly understand each other or know each other or love each other? You have to know one another. You have to. It's a must. That's how you can give each other chances. Number 10 is giving chances. Saying, I want to give you a chance. Because you accept, you understand, you're willing, you're knowing people, you're forgiving and you're forgetting. Now you're giving chances. You're giving chances, saying, I want to let you in. This message is to all race or ethnicity, or religion or culture, or household, families, friends, people in the world that has let hate and negativity take charge and over their character because of the lack of love. You have to learn to cherish people. Number 11, you have to learn to cherish people. Am I at 10 or 11? I think I miscount. Cherishing people. If it's 11, then number 11, you have to learn to be grateful and give back. The most important of all these points is seeing humanity in each other and knowing and understanding. If you see humanity in one another, love will not ever be anything hard. Because then you will start to put yourself in a position of you being that person and imagining stuff and how you can be or how you can feel with this person's feelings. To all race and ethnicity and people listening in the world right now, and the ones that will listen, you have to understand that fighting and killing and doing evil and negative things to one another, the want for power, the want for greed and selfishness and wealth and name and fame is not gonna bring love to this world. The want of control, to be on top of everything and rule everything. This is to every common people in the world. To all young adults, even babies that can understand the meaning of love, if possibly they can. To all human race, all over this planet. And outside of this hurt, even if you're listening anywhere in the world or outside of this world, whoever and wherever you are, hate, evil, and love will not help us become better people. It's not going to help us to have peace. We are just going to keep on fighting, keep on hating each other until there's no man left on earth. Because now people are turned the world into a butcher land where they butcher each other, where they literally just look at the floor and the ground and it flows with blood of innocence and greed and the ones that are not innocent either. They've turned this peaceful, beautiful place into hatred, the land of evil, because of our character and the lack to stand each other. Tolerance, number 12. You have to tolerate each other. Learn to tolerate one another. This comes with understanding. But you cannot do it if you're not willing to do it. That's why willingness is very important. You have to be willing to accept and tolerate each other. If you cannot, then it's not useful. It's just like you're pouring water into a basket that has a hole in it. Then where's the water gonna go? It goes right back to the ground, right? Because it has a hole all over it. Okay, number 13. Do not forget that you're human and you have a purpose so that somebody else Put yourself in a position of being hurt or loving people and imagine how it can be. To all humans, wherever you are, starting with these points can help you. If you have more points that's positive and you want to add it on, fine, add it on. I will be glad to embrace it, but it has to be positive. These points are very useful and has helped me to love people that I cannot even imagine in my past that I could love, and let people in my lives and learn to forgive. I have had times that I have thought I would never love people the way I do, but I'm glad that I did it. And if I could do it again, I will. Because it helps me to understand who I really am. Part of loving people is the reason why I, PraiseHopel, created this podcast. That's why I can be able to talk to millions of trillions of people all over the world, because I learned to love and share my knowledge and my love with people. If I'd never opened my heart, I would never have this podcast. So you have to learn to love. It is a must that we have to learn, we human beings. Number 14. Know yourself. Understand you. Give yourself chances. Then give people chances. Give yourself, education. Educate yourself on humanity and acceptance. You've done horrible things, it's okay. You can let them go and start over. It's going to be a rough road, yes. You're probably 100 years old listening right now, or maybe not even up to 100, however old you are. As long as you have the grace to breathe, trust me, anything is possible because you're alive. And if it takes 7 days for you to change anything before you die, then 7 days, then it's grace. Be grateful, embrace it. You have to love yourself. People want me to say love yourself first. But I'm not going to say that, because I have seen people who doesn't love themselves but were able to give love to other people, but they were broken and shattered into glass. Shattered glasses, but they were able to love other people and give love to them, but they couldn't love themselves. I've seen people cut themselves, their body or their hand in the mirror because they wanted to feel pain, because they couldn't love themselves. But then they put a smile on their face and love other people. That is why this point is number 14. Because you not loving yourself does not mean that you cannot love other people. I absolutely disagree. Love, like I said, is a feeling. Because you don't feel it, but you think it, doesn't mean you cannot share it. Okay? Whoever brought up that idea, I'm not sorry. I just don't believe that's true. I didn't have to love people because I love myself. I loved people, not because I loved myself first, because I learned to start loving people. And when people started showing me love, then I started to love myself as well. Okay? But we have to try. I'm heartbroken. I see sadness everywhere. Everything is weird now. To all race and people and religion and household, everything is just upside down. Everything is just in the wrong. Like, it's not normal anymore, and everything is opposite. Even conversation is weird now, and people's character, it's hard. It's just out of the normal. So I want you all to try, and I want you to believe that there's nothing you cannot do or achieve in this world. Number 15, which is my last point, is trying. You have to try. That is where willingness comes in, and acceptance. And you have to keep on trying. Don't forget who you are. If you know my past, trust me, you will not believe that I'm loving right now. And I'm glad that I'm doing it. I'm young. and I'm doing it. What makes you think that you can? What is that thing that makes you feel like that? There are complications. Yes, it's going to be a tough road, but you have to keep trying. See humanity in one another. Choose your own part. Know your own self. Make your own rules. On positive things only to be better. For yourselves and people around you. Know your lanes and your boundaries. Know what you want to achieve. Know what's right and wrong. Be able to tell the difference between what's right and what's wrong. The right things come naturally. The truth comes naturally. But can you accept it? Make sure you know these points. It will help you to become a better person. And it will help the world as well. I hope this episode helps you to become a better person. I hope it helps you to open your eyes and your heart. I hope you just understand. You don't have to listen to me. It's okay. I don't expect you to. But I just want you to hear it. Because somebody might need to hear this right now. I don't know where it is. But wherever it is, you need to hear it. They need to hear it. We need to hear it. Humans need to hear it. Maybe you've forgotten what it is. Maybe you know what it is. Maybe you know how to love. Maybe you just need something to make you remember. To let you recall. So that you can start over. I don't know. But whoever it is that needs to hear this, or people that needs to hear this, I'm glad that I'm talking to the world, because this is exactly in who I am talking to. People in the whole world. And the ones outside of this earth. If this podcast can get to them, of course. So love each other. There's no more other greater thing than that. Endure. If you have any questions, comments below. Leave your voice note if you like to. Call us at 404-254-9722. Email us at PraiseHopel@yahoo.com or PraiseHopel@gmail.com. Comment on our social media platform. Message us. Email us if you don't want anybody to see your comments. It's fine. But please respect each other as you comment below. Do not pose hands against one another or say negative things, because yes, we will take care of it and make sure that it's not published or take it out. It's not nice. We cannot be better when we do these things. We have to give chances. So, know each other, love each other. I hope this episode helps you to become a better person. I am PraiseHopel from HopexPodcast. Thank you, and come back again.
Hello again. I hope this episode helps you to become a better person. I hope it helps you and open your hearts and your minds and your eyes that love is the only key and one of the keys in this world to see brighter things and make, of course, this world a better place by having peace or achieving peace and loving each other and respecting each other. Know that ethnicity and race only plays a little part in our hearts and who we are as human beings. We have so much more that we can achieve in this world as a person, as people. And we people play an important role. Without us, the world is absolutely empty and have nothing valuable without human beings dominating and making this world what it is. But even though it is where it is now, and it shouldn't even be, it should be better than now and where it is now at the present. I hope this episode helps you to contribute love to one another, especially in ethnicity, culture, religion, race, family, friends, people, personally you yourself. I hope it helps you to become a better person. You don't have to listen to what I say or to me, but if you really want to make a change and you want the world to be a better place, you want this world to be a place where we don't have to hear bad news on the news all the time, or evil or negativity. It's something that we can diminish because we created that. We created all this nonsense and foolishness, and we can put an end to it. So I hope this episode really helps you to open your eyes and your hearts and your minds towards one another. that nobody can stop humanity if love plays a part. We are going to have part 2 to how to love people, and we are going to take each point as we go, and we are going to have many other parts. I hope it really helps you. I hope you use this episode and this message for something good. I hope you don't throw it in trash. I hope you don't do nothing with it. I hope you actually think and use it. That's the whole point of this Hopex podcast and this episode today and forevermore, that will always be with us. So you know what to do. Comment below. Call us at 404-254-9722, or you can simply email us at PraiseHopel@yahoo.com or PraiseHopel@gmail.com. Now, I've had questions from people if they can text us. Of course, you can text us at 404-254-9722 with a hash code HopexPodcast text. And that should be in capital or small letters. It doesn't matter. If you put that code and then you type that code first and then you type after whatever message you want us to get through with. Thank you so much for listening. I hope it helps you. Come back again.